Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge. Here to preview some Seattle Seahawks action for the 2019 NFL season. The 100th anniversary of the NFL. Hooray, hooray. We get to learn a lot of history about this team. You know, on the social media pages, on their YouTube page, they actually have a few segments out right now. Really brilliant stuff. But last we left off with the Seattle Seahawks, we were 10-6 last season. Lost in the wild card, 24-22 against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, boys and girls, if you recall, or if you don't, I'll remind you right now, I said the Seattle Seahawks were going to be 8-8 last season. I said at best we're going to be 9-7, worst we're going to be 7-9, and I said we'll settle for 8-8. We're going to be fine. But fortunately for me and all the other 12s, the Seattle Seahawks were 10-6. They were brilliant. And, you know, in an off season where there were a lot of question marks, there were a lot of anxiety due to things like Frank Clark's contract. What the hell was going to happen there? GM extraordinaire, John Schneider, finesses his way from getting Frank Clark and 2 picks into 11 picks that we all kept for this upcoming season on our 53-man roster on the practice squad. And you bring in a guy like Ziggy Ansah, and you trade for next to nothing in Jadeveon Clowney, and our team just looks like it got a whole lot better. My whole thing has always been, will the secondary finally step up? I recall, during that wild card game, thinking, man, if our cornerbacks just, we're just this close, and I thought the push was there, but it wasn't meant to be for us last season. And if my doubts are erased, if somehow that secondary steps up, I absolutely think this is a NFC Championship team. From that point on, it's really anyone's game, right? Unless you're the Saints and it's the referee's game. That's sorry if you're a Saints fan and you're watching this. I have to trigger your shit because everyone still has to fucking remind me of goddamn. Why did you run it? Yeah, I know. Stop reminding me. But listen, for the Seattle Seahawks, this is a very exciting time. I think, despite my cynicism last season, I'm opening this season up with a whole new, refreshed set of optimism. I'm looking at the Seattle Seahawks team thinking, my God, this team is going to be over 11 wins. And the reason why I say this is because I look at the schedule, I look at our opponents, and I think maybe 3 or 4 of those games are real tough. We don't know which way it goes. But a good chunk of them, I feel the Seattle Seahawks are vastly outclassing their opponents. To me, obviously, would start Sunday, tomorrow. Oh my God, it's crazy. It is tomorrow against the Cincinnati Bengals. And then it's just from week 1 till week 10, and then a bye week in week 11, we are just home away, home away, home away, home away, home away, home away, home away. Ha 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 ha. And so, in this time, because we have no rhythm as to what's home, what's away, I think the Seattle Seahawks will develop a kind of rhythm, right? And I know scheduling may not, be the be-all, end-all thing to determine what's going to happen at the end, but I think this can be a huge benefit for the Seattle Seahawks, where they're just going to have to treat every game like it's just, all right, one game at a time. It's what Pete Carroll always says, championship mentality. Every game is a championship game. And I think, really, with the schedule, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. This schedule can set that mentality in their heads that, hey, we're competing for it. Well, let's get to it. And really, when I say my prediction along the lines of the NFC Championship, I really see the Seattle Seahawks team, at worst, 11-5. I think if they play up to their potential, if the secondary comes to fruition and that front seven just does as much damage as we Seattle Seahawks fans think they're going to do, alongside the offense just clicking, we got these young receivers. Obviously, Doug Baldwin being gone plays a huge role in that. But we got these young cats. We got our tight ends back. And we got a solid running back core. And you're adding Homer on top of that. If all those things come to fruition, I think the Seattle Seahawks go 14-2. Oh my God, he's predicting 14-2. Yeah, I'm laying that shit out there. 11-5 at worst. 14-2. You know, the ultimate dream would be if the Seattle Seahawks just go undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. And if that Super Bowl team happened to be the New England Patriots and we beat them, I would be over the moon. I don't know what I would do at that point. But Seattle does have a very interesting time ahead of them. The season is going to test everybody, really. We got all the talents there. Russell is in his prime. Bobby Wagner is in his prime. We got a lot of great pieces, special teams included. And so if, as we hope and we believe that everything will click and gel together, if all those things happen, I really do see this team at least going to the NFC Championship. And again, at that point, I think it's anybody's game. I really do think that. But for now, we wait patiently because the NFL season kicks off tomorrow for us Seattle fans, at least. You know, it already kicked off with the Packers and Bears, the AB drama. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy, crazy offseason for us 12s. But now it's time, boys and girls. Now it's time to gather our collective energy, spirit bomb style, and cheer our boys. Go Hawks. So, boys and girls, follow me at the Sky Lounge on all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content.